Hey there, this is Luis Moreno with Plan Right Insurance Advisors. Today I'm going to help you help seniors with their drug cost. There is a plan that is called Extra Help with Medicare Prescription Drug Plan Cost, also known as LIS, which stands for Low Income Subsidy. If a senior can qualify, they will get help with their prescription drugs. And I'm going to show you what it takes to qualify, and then I'm going to also show you how to apply. It takes 5 minutes, probably less than 5 minutes, to get this done for a senior. So it's a good thing that you need to do for your seniors if they qualify. So what we're going to do first is we're going to pre-qualify them. Today I got a call from one of my insureds. I have them enrolled in a Obamacare plan, and she's turning 65 in June. So she gave me a call and said, Luis, I need to enroll in Medicare. Great call. I should have called her, but I didn't. She called. I got some information from her, and I started doing a Medicare analysis for her, trying to figure out which plans are available in her area. And once I narrowed down the plans, I looked at which plans her doctor takes and also which plans covered her medications. In this scenario, it was pretty easy. It came down to one plan. There was only 2 available in her area. One, her doctor didn't take, and that same one also did not cover one of her 4 medications. The other plan covered all 4 of her meds, and her doctor was in network. So that was a no-brainer. But we did have a problem. One of the meds was a tier 4 med, which in this scenario, with this plan, was going to cost her $99, but she had a $275 deductible to meet first. So that was going to put her in a tight spot. I started asking her questions about her income. So she's single. She only owns her home. She doesn't have any other assets. She told me she had about $3,000 in the bank, and that her only income is her Social Security check in the amount of $1,070. So this chart, you guys will have access to this chart. It's in a Dropbox. It's labeled 2019 LIS Income and Asset Limits. We're going to use this just to pre-qualify them. I don't want to go through the entire app and find out that they don't qualify. So this is just a tool to use just to get them pre-qualified. So she is single. The income limit for a single person is up to $1,425. If she was married, that number would go up to $1,922. So it's a little bit higher if it's two people. Now, as far as the asset limits, they don't take into account her automobile, her car if she has one. They don't take into account her primary residence. But they will take into account her retirement accounts that she has. If she's got any rental properties, those will affect the asset limit. So, assets, if they are single, they can have up to $9,230 in assets. If they're married, they can have up to $14,600 in assets. Well, in the scenario for my customer, she qualifies. She doesn't have the assets to exceed this limit, and her income is below this limit, so we're in good shape. Next thing that you will do is you've got to go do the application. So I'm going to guide you through that. Easiest thing is go to Google and Google search Extra Help with Medicare Prescription Drug Plan Cost. Once you get on this site, all you've got to do, scroll down, and you're going to see a button that says Apply for Extra Help with Medicare Prescription Drug Plan Cost. You'll click on that. Now, you can go over some of this information. Again, they're going to pre-qualify them. Go down here, make sure they still qualify. You're going to hit the Apply Now. Okay? Gives you a little bit of more information to kind of get prepared, you go down to the next button and you're going to start. The first question that it asks you, are you assisting someone other than your spouse who lives with you with this app? If you're doing it, you as the agent, you're going to click yes. Did you or your spouse, if married and living together, get an application in the mail from us? Just answer the question, yes or no. In my scenario, she did not. Did you or your spouse, if married and living together, have Medicare? Well, she doesn't have it now, but we're not applying for it right now. We're applying for the date for June 1st when she's going to be eligible. So she will have Medicare. Yes. Are you or your spouse, if married and living together, 64 years and 9 months old or older? That's going to be a yes. Have you or your spouse, if married and living together, received Social Security disability benefits for 24 months, disability for ALS, or renal dialysis treatments, or a kidney transplant? So no. In what state do they live in? They live here in Texas, and she is single. And then it asks again another pre-qualifying question. Do you have a combined savings, investment, and real estate worth more than $28,000 if you're married, or $14,000 if you're not married? No. Hit next. Now it's going to tell you go ahead with the application. Apply now. About the person completing the form, you will put your information on here. On the relationship to applicant, I go to other and then I type in insurance agent. You put your phone number, and then put in your office address or your home address, wherever you transact business. Okay, now you're going to start off with information about the person you're helping. You're going to plug in their social. You're going to type in their date of birth. Have they worked in 2018 or 2019? Okay, they want their address information. Plug in their phone number. Okay, if they want to designate somebody else as their contact person. Okay, so does the applicant have a combined savings, investments, and real estate worth more than $14,000? Okay, yes or no. Include the things the applicant owns separately or with another person. Do not count the home he or she lives in, personal possessions, life insurance, burial plots, irrevocable burial contracts, or payback payments from the Social Security. Okay, and in my scenario, it's a no. Now, I did have one case where they co-signed on a home for one of their kids. Well, they had their home and they co-signed for another home. That knocked them out. Okay, at this point, do we want them to send information to the state? I always leave this blank, because if there's some other programs that could qualify for, this is going to send that there. So might as well let them do that. You'll go to next. Well, in this scenario, what's happening, it's trying to match the Social Security to the person, and I didn't type in, I made up a social, so we can't proceed. But the next set of questions it's gonna ask you, how much money do they have in their checking. Well, first of all, it's going to ask you, do you have a checking and a savings account? If they say yes, it's going to ask you for the amount. Then it's going to ask you if they receive any retirement income other than their Social Security check. It's going to ask them if they receive any railroad benefits. It'll ask them if they have any cash. So you'll answer those questions. And it's going to ask you about their income. Well, in my scenario, she makes $1,070 a month from Social Security. Plug that in, and then you're done. Hit submit. You're going to go to our confirmation page. After you're done with that confirmation page, you submit again, and then Social Security gets the app. Now, I tell my customers, you're going to get a notice in the mail from Social Security. You got to get a hold of me when you get that. Okay? It's going to do some good things for the insured. I haven't got to that yet. But if they do not get awarded this benefit, nothing happens. Their situation is not going to get worse. They're going to have the co-pays that come with the plan that they enrolled in. So it never hurts to do this. Now, if they do qualify and they do get awarded this benefit, a couple of things are going to happen. Number one, their co-pays are going to drastically drop. Okay? In the scenario of my insured that has a Tier 4 medication, it's going to pay $99 after the deductible and probably hit the donut hole or the coverage gap. And the way I factored with her 4 medications, she was going to hit that donut hole in the 6th month of the application. So she was going to be in jeopardy of having to pay a lot more money fairly quick. With this benefit, if she gets awarded, it's going to do several things. It's going to lower her copays. So in the scenario of these meds, she's either going to pay $3 in change, she may pay $8 in change, and some medications will be $1 in change. It just depends on the meds. Okay, but they're going to be a lot lower than what she pays on her Medicare Advantage plan. Here's the other thing, the donut hole. It goes away. She will not have to worry about that donut hole. And then on top of it, when there are $5,100 of out-of-pocket drug cost, after that, there's no more copays for her. She'll pay $0. So it is a great plan for you to let your beneficiaries, your enrollees, your potential clients enroll in. It's going to help them with their Medicare beneficiaries. Also, there's one more thing. Let's suppose that you get to a prospect and you want to create a special election. The ability to write them to a different plan because you have a different plan that will benefit them. Or maybe they don't have a plan. When you enroll them and they get awarded this LIS, what happens is they get a special election to enroll into a plan. So now you've got the ability to write business or potentially move them over into a plan that's more beneficial for them. So it is a very good thing for them. It will also help you out as an agent. It will solidify that relationship because you are doing something that most agents don't do. I've seen a lot of agents, they want to write the app, they write it and they go. If you just go a little bit deeper into the questions that you're asking, you could solidify that relationship with them and keep that business a little bit longer because you just saved them a lot of money. So again, thank you for listening. Hope that you learn. This will be on the Dropbox for you guys. All you've got to do is go to the Dropbox and download it. So you'll have access to that. Good luck and keep on writing. Thank you.